So I'm not even going to waste your time. This video is about feeling overwhelmed and feeling like a failure as you reach the end of the year. So if this is not you, please click off and come back and visit me another time. This year for Christmas, we decided to go to another location, somewhere far, probably about 3 hours away from my house. And though we've been there before, we still like the location. We love the beach, rain or shine. We encountered some rain along the way, but a steady rain, which we appreciate. During this journey, I started to think more and more about my failures throughout the year. Don't ask me why, it usually happens to me and probably a lot of us during this time of year. I started to wonder if I'm an actual failure. As many of you know, I work from home. And although I work from home, I've always been appreciative of it because I get to see my children's face, each of their faces. But there are many people in my life that try to make me feel as though I'm somehow a failure because I am a nurse that works from home. Do I feel this internally? No. But for many, failure equates to how much money you make, the kind of car you drive, the kind of clothing you wear, and whether or not you accomplished your goals. I am not a flashy person by any form of the meaning. My favorite car is a 1972 Chevelle Super Sport. 454, please. I do not like Mercedes. I do not like BMW. I do not like Chanel or Louis Vuitton bags. However, this year left me feeling as though I didn't accomplish all the goals that I set out to do. Failure is a very real thing, and I want to encourage each and every one of you that feel as though you didn't reach your goals this year to keep trying in 2025. If you don't have that voice, you don't have a person that encourages you to keep trying, let me be that big sister or that little sister or that cousin or that friend that encourages you to keep going. I've had many failures in my life, or many perceived failures, and one such example I can give you is when I was 24, I filed bankruptcy. How did I end up at that point? Well, when I got out of high school, I didn't have much financial education. My parents weren't well versed in finances. I did not have grandparents or a big family that liked to come visit and educate me on things. I do have a big family, though. And I thought that getting denied for credit, when the reason was you don't have enough credit, that meant you should apply for more credit cards and gather them all up. That way you will be eligible for whatever you're applying for. But that was not the case. My credit score plummeted. I was unable to keep up with minimum payments, and I failed tremendously. I was at that federal court crying my eyes out because I felt like a failure, a loser, like my life was over. But fast forward years later, I'm almost 42 and my credit score has been at 800 for several years now. And I'm not saying this to brag. This took time, education, perseverance. And I'm happy to say that I'm in a spot now that I most likely will not get denied for credit if I wanted to use it, but I hate credit. But I say all this to say that I bounced back, and you can too, from whatever setback or whatever goal you didn't accomplish. Try not to be hard on yourself. We're all here to discover what it is that we want to be accomplishing or where we're trying to go. I heard a quote before that said, failure is not a denial, it's just a delay. And that has stuck with me for years because it is correct. We often take failure or the process of trying as failure and finite. And give yourself credit for trying, because when you try, at least you were brave enough. You were vulnerable enough to set out, embark on a journey to see what could happen. And if you didn't try in the first place, there's no way you could succeed. There's no way that there could be a possibility of you succeeding if you didn't try. So pat yourself on the back, give yourself credit, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try it again. And watch who you tell things to. As I've gotten older, I've learned not to tell people what I'm doing if I'm still working on it.
Alright, let's do it. Well, here's the thing. They all have like, you see this? A2, S1. So find all the tracks and let's find the D's.
People have a tendency to take your dream and stomp all over it, or say insensitive things that can end your dream prematurely because they're careless with their words. Don't let that happen to you. Some people mean well, but also some people mean to destroy your dream because they are too not brave enough to pursue their dream. So I would encourage you also to keep it to yourself. And once that baby grows, that idea, that goal gets accomplished, reveal it. But reveal it to the right people. Just make sure you don't reveal any plans to anyone that could kill your dream prematurely. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for a great 2024. See you in the next video. Bye.